In 2020, we uploaded the pros and cons of living in Fairfax County, the most popular video on our channel. 2023 will be our 10-year anniversary of moving to Northern Virginia from New Orleans and settling down in Fairfax County. The longer you live somewhere, the more you appreciate or learn to live with the area's shortcomings. This video is our 2023 update on the pros and cons of living in Fairfax County. We'll update you on some of the pros from our previous video while adding 4 more cons to the cons list. Before we jump into this video, my name is Abraham Walker with Ask A Walker, your Northern Virginia real estate agent. You're watching our YouTube channel called Where to Live in Northern Virginia, where we publish 3 types of videos. Videos about relocating to the area like the one you're watching today, new construction property tours, and things to do in the Washington, D.C. metro area. If you still need to, subscribe to the channel to see our future videos about Northern Virginia. Please do us a favor and like this video to help the algorithm get this video to other people like yourself. Now let's start the show. After living here for 10 years, we agree with the 2020 census that Fairfax County is the second most diverse county in Virginia. In Fairfax County, you will be surrounded by people of different ethnicities and racial backgrounds. It's easy to see similarities between Fairfax County and an ad from the United Colors of Benetton. This diversity shows up in your community with neighbors from around the world. Our boys recently went to a friend's home for a birthday party where they had their first experience eating injera, a flatbread served in Ethiopia versus pizza. The boys loved it. As you move to the northern part of Fairfax County, diversity decreases while home prices and school ratings increase. We love our community in the southern part of Fairfax County, and our family has built too many connections to make pursuing higher test scores or higher rated schools by moving to the northern part of the county worth the investment. This leads us to the second pro of living in Fairfax County. The second pro on our list is the low crime rate. When we moved to Fairfax County almost 10 years ago, we were shocked at the low crime rate relative to the nearest major city, Washington, D.C. I can still remember watching the news every night when we moved here in 2013 and being shocked by the lack of crime reporting in Fairfax County. According to bestplaces.net, the violent crime rate in Fairfax County is only 10.2, while the national average is 22.7. You see a similar gap in property crime where Fairfax County is 23.1 and the US average is 35.4. Our next pro probably has something to do with the low crime rate. The third pro on our list is employment opportunities. Living in Fairfax County means you will participate in one of the country's strongest job markets, which is why this area was the first county to reach a 6-figure median household income in the United States. The current unemployment rate in Fairfax County is 2.5%, while the national average is higher at 3.5%. It's true that several job opportunities are tied to the federal government, but 11 Fortune 500 headquarters call Fairfax County home. Popular companies like IBM, Microsoft, and Google have offices in Reston, a popular planned community in the northern part of Fairfax County. We can't finish the employment opportunity section without talking about the elephant in the room. Yes, I'm talking about Amazon. In 2019, Amazon, the largest online retailer in the world, announced the location of its second headquarters in Arlington County, Fairfax County's neighbor to the east. HQ2, the nickname of the second headquarters, is supposed to bring in an additional 25,000 jobs to the region, and Arlington County is way too small to house all those new Amazonians. Where do you think they are most likely to stay? You guessed it, Fairfax County. The next pro on our list is going to resonate with individuals who move to the area with school-aged children. Since the median household income in Fairfax County is $128,000, parents expect great public schools for their little ones. The good news is that Fairfax County Public Schools is home to several schools with great graduation rates. In fact, Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology is the top-rated public school in the country and is located in Fairfax County. Now, before you get excited, TJ, what the locals call it, is a selective magnet school with challenging enrollment criteria and a grueling course load. If challenging studies is your goal, the good news about neighborhood schools is that most will have advanced placement programs starting as early as 3rd grade. Many international clients are happy to hear that several Fairfax County middle and high schools offer international baccalaureate programs. Most high schools in Fairfax County also offer career and technical education programs. That can look like courses designed to prepare students for industry certification opportunities or even entry-level employment. A few courses in these programs include JROTC, auto tech, and even cyber and medical certifications. Now, while we believe the schools in Fairfax County are considered a pro, there are still some discrepancies between schools in different parts of the county. The most highly rated schools are usually found in the most expensive parts of Fairfax County. Those schools typically have the highest test scores and graduation rates. At the elementary level, we notice more foreign language programs in those more affluent areas than we see further south. Before we go to the next pro on the list, I want to remind you that I'm a real estate agent who specializes in helping individuals like yourself with all their real estate needs in the Northern Virginia area. If you're ready to take the next step in your real estate journey, whether that's selling a house, buying a home, or building a dream home, use the link in the description to fill out the Perfect Home Questionnaire. After you complete the brief form, we'll schedule a time to meet online via Zoom to answer all of your real estate questions. Also, do me a favor and like this video to help us get this content to more people like yourself. Now that we got that out the way, let's talk about the fourth pro on our list. Public transportation is important to many Fairfax County residents to get to and from work each day. The blue, yellow, orange, and silver metro lines all run throughout Fairfax County and connect us to DC and Maryland. In fact, at the time of this recording, the Silver Line Metro stop at Dulles Airport opened this week. So you can now take the metro directly to both Dulles and Reagan airports. Fairfax County also has the most extensive public bus system in the Northern Virginia region. The Fairfax Connector has 91 routes and sees roughly 30,000 passengers every day. Then there's slugging, also known as instant carpooling or casual carpooling. This is a unique transportation method where drivers commuting to the city stop at designated areas to pick up passengers heading to the same destination. By picking up riders, the driver can meet the minimum requirements to use the high occupancy vehicle lanes for free. Not only do passengers get a free ride, but they also get to work faster than the typical bus or metro. It's the most efficient and cost-effective form of commuting. Pros number 6 and 7 will be all about the fun stuff in the area. Living in Fairfax County puts you close to many other areas of interest outside of the DC metro area. You're within walking distance of major cities, beaches, mountains, and historical destinations. Fairfax County is just a few hours drive from Baltimore, Philadelphia, and New York City. Baltimore is my personal favorite day trip. Even though you live in the suburbs, you're not too far from a quick beach vacation as well. In Virginia, you have Chincoteague and Virginia Beach, which are south of Fairfax County. There's Ocean City in Maryland and Rehoboth in Delaware, all towards the northeast of Fairfax County. Every beach I mentioned is within driving distance. And if mountains are more your thing, we've got that too. We're just a little more than an hour from Shenandoah National Park. We like to visit Shenandoah each year just as the leaves change, usually in late October or early November. If you're up for a longer drive with scenic views, head south to the Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina. Just about 3 to 4 hours south of Fairfax County, you can check out Colonial Williamsburg. You'll get to see what a day in the life of Virginians looked like a few hundred years ago. If you're really into history, you'll want to check out Jamestown as well to learn about the country's first permanent English settlement. And while you're there, swing by Great Wolf Lodge or Busch Gardens. When my family visited Williamsburg, we spent our days learning about the history of the area and our afternoons and evenings at Busch Gardens going between the water park and the amusement park. The 7th pro to living in Fairfax County is my favorite on the list. There are so many things to do. Living in Fairfax County puts you right next to Washington, DC, which gives you access to all the cool things about living in a major city without actually having to live there. Chances are your favorite musicians will make a stop in Washington, DC, and you should be able to catch national tours at the Capital One Arena in downtown DC. I took our oldest son, AW2, to the Kendrick Lamar concert this past summer at the Capital One Arena for his 14th birthday. We had a great time and he still talks about it to this day. I would suggest that you Uber or catch some type of transportation service to the arena because parking was a mess. DC also has smaller venues like the Howard Theater and the Anthem. Then you have the MGM Theater at Maryland's National Harbor. And here in Northern Virginia, we have the Birchmere, Eagle Bank Arena, and Wolf Trap, just to name a few. We also enjoy going to the Kennedy Center to catch touring plays and musicals. At 6 p.m., the Kennedy Center offers free daily shows on the Millennium Stage. We've gone many times. My favorite was the Strings Queens, a strings trio based in the area. The outdoorsy types will love what's next because Fairfax County has several county, state, and national parks. Since we love to hike more accessible trails, the local parks give you plenty of paved or flat paths with low inclines. We're not the mountain type of hikers, just your casual stroll type of people. My favorite parks are Great Falls because of the waterfalls, Scotts Runs Reserves because of the challenging hike, and Burke Lake Park because of the peaceful stroll and little elevation change. The second to last attraction on our list is usually on most lists, which is George Washington's Mount Vernon's estate. Don't do what we did and purchase an annual membership. Unless you're a history buff or like drinking wine on historic properties, you'll probably only go once or twice. But when you do go, you'll tour the extensive grounds, restored mansions, and outbuildings. They even have an education center and museum. Before we go into the cons section, let me know you're still here by typing Fairfax in the comment section. While you're down there, let me know what you enjoy or love about living in Fairfax County. Let's see if anyone has anything we still need to add to our list. Now back to the show. The first con on our list is the weather. Crystal and I go back and forth about the weather being on the cons list. Let's work through the 4 seasons to see why. Summer in Fairfax County can be super muggy and sometimes scorching hot. This year, beginning of fall, we had temperatures as low as the 30s some mornings in October. On that same day, we had highs in the 70s. Locals like to joke that fall gives you the joy of experiencing all 4 seasons in one day. Winter means you will need a solid winter coat when you move to the area. Some days can drop below 20 degrees with a nice breeze that makes every bone in your body shiver. Every year it snows, but the amount of snow varies. Some years we get a few feet over the whole season or just a couple inches. Since snow isn't a significant issue in the area, we really don't have the infrastructure to handle large amounts of snow, so get used to snow days for your kids. Parents of school-age kids should be prepared to monitor weather advisories like they're a storm chaser. The good news is that winter only lasts 3 months long. Spring starts off cold and becomes almost perfect. We have the Cherry Blossom Festival in DC during the springtime, which is a must-see attraction, followed by the flowers and trees changing from bare to fully bloom. This leads us to our second con, allergies. Quest Diagnostics ranked DC among the top 5 worst places to live for allergies. In the fall, the ragweed floats through the air, although it may not be as clear as the pollen we see in the spring, but it's still there, so be prepared for the possibility of runny nose and itchy red eyes. If you already have seasonal allergies, be prepared for them to worsen. And if you don't have allergies, you should know that many people develop allergies after moving to the DC metro area. When we moved here 10 years ago, my wife was the only person in our family with allergies. And now our 2 sons also deal with allergies. Not only that, but my wife's allergies have worsened. Our next con is going to be the traffic. The DC metro area as a whole is known for its terrible traffic. TomTom's, the company that makes mapping software, in 2021 ranked 404 cities across 58 countries on 6 continents to create their traffic index. And where does DC rank on that list? Number 15 in the US and 212 in the world. Ironically, New Orleans was the 14th spot on the list. Drivers here spend about 21% more time stuck in traffic, which leads to 48 hours of time lost per year per the index. And unfortunately, there's just no getting around it. You may think, Abraham, I'll go to work earlier, like 5 or 6 a.m. to avoid the traffic. And since I'm going in early, I will get off early. Your neighbors have already thought of this strategy. And if that's not bad enough, we also have weekend traffic. Remember those pros at the beginning of the video? So many things to do and proximity to areas of interest. Many people spend their weekends visiting those places. This means you may get stuck in traffic on the weekends too. And it's totally sporadic, so you can't plan around it. Our next first con is that Fairfax County is very transient. People are moving in and out of the area all the time. Northern Virginia has a huge military population, so we have friends PCSing in and out of Northern Virginia every year. In addition to the large military population, the Foreign Service and State Department members are here for brief periods of time. We've been here long enough to see people leave and return again. When people are here for such a brief time, it can make it hard to create long-lasting connections. We already mentioned in the Employment Opportunity Pro that Fairfax County is the country's first county to reach a six-figure median household income. While this is good news because you make more money doing the same job in Fairfax County, you will incur higher cost of living tied directly to housing. This is the biggest shock we had when we moved to the area. Housing prices were a huge sticker shock for us. The median sales price in Fairfax County is $616,000, more than double the national median of $300,000. Keep in mind that your $600,000 home will likely be a one-car garage townhouse or a two-bedroom, two-bathroom condo with amenities, or a single-family small one with no updates. The last con of living in Fairfax County is short and sweet. You're going to need a car to get around. Unfortunately, Fairfax County is not a metropolitan city. It is a large suburb next to a major city. Even if you live near a metro stop, most of your grocery stores and creature comforts will not be within walking distance of your residence. Okay, before the locals watching this video chime in, this con doesn't apply to every square mile of Fairfax County. And yes, I know several people who do not own cars and live a perfectly full life in the area. These individuals are the exception and not the rule. Fairfax County residents use the metro like a commuter bus, where you drive to the metro, hop on, and go to work. After work, you use the metro to take you to your car and complete your trip home. Now that you have the pros and cons of living in Fairfax County, the video on the screen will take you to the true cost of living in the area. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.